when you open PlusTools for the first time, this is what you see. And basically it says on the tin what it does, okay? So we won't look at that today, but you can use that to edit translation memories and do more things. But if you just want to do a translation, you can use it as a translation tool. And what you need to do is to use a docx document. So if you want to translate, that's the only format working directly at the moment. So you just drag and drop or browse to open your docx document. If you want to browse, you go here to the top left and you click to explore your PC. Or if you want just to drag and drop, then you can grab your file and drop it into PlusTools. Once you see the plus sign next to your mouse arrow, okay, you will be able to drop your file. So let's drop it. And now I have here the very quick setup coming up for me. So if I want to work without any hassle, I can just tell PlusTools my language pair. So I'm going to translate here from English to French, and I can pre-translate with an MT offered by WordFast, which is a quality machine translation, and I can click on OK. If you don't want to use machine translation, just untick that box and it won't machine translate it. Okay, so I click on OK, then you will see this pop-up, and the goal of this pop-up is so that you don't touch the file that will be created while we work on the translation. So just make sure that whichever folder is your source file is into, that you don't destroy that. Okay, so we can click on OK, and we see it is pre-translating. Okay, so now we are in PlusTools in the view for translation. And basically what has happened is PlusTools has made a pre-translation of this file. It also created a translation memory as it did that, okay? So I did basically nothing. I just drag and drop the file, and I told it which language pair I will be working in, and I already have the file machine translated, and a translation memory has been created for me. So that's super easy. So I can start working right now. So to work in WordFast, usually you use the Alt down, okay? So that's what I'm doing now. And it is now telling me how things work, okay? So I'm just going to close that for the moment. And here I can see my machine translation suggestion, okay, at the bottom here. And I have here my segment shortcuts, okay, so things that I can use for this segment. I already have concordance, for example. So if you are using a bigger translation memory, you already have it here. And if I want to select this segment and place it in the target, I click on Enter. And now my target segment has been filled with my translation. So let's move to the next segment to show you. Now I will click here, do not show again. Okay. And same thing here, okay? So I are on my second segment, and here I can do the same, work on my segment, place it in the target. I can change things here if I want to. I can add words. I can work on it as I would on a normal translation. Now let's just commit that segment for the moment, or close it. Let's close it. And what I can see here at the bottom is that I have something that will enable me to change the size font, okay? So here I've slided it slightly up, okay? I can click on OK. And now same thing here, okay? So if I make it bigger, you can see that here the font size has been increased, okay? And I can also change that later on. So that's the way it works for going from segment to segment. We can see now that background as color has changed, because as I have now committed that segment to the translation memory, I see here 100, okay? So I've now created a translation memory unit, and it is committed. And I can change back my font size if I want to, the size that I had earlier on. So let's click on OK. And now it has updated. So that's how simple it is. So let's fast forward to when this file is completely translated. Now, as you can see, this file has been translated and you see it had some tags and everything's okay. So I'm now at the last segment. So let's open it. And now, once I commit it, I see this end of document message. So it tells me what to do. If the translation is completed, use the gear icon to save the translated file or press Ctrl S. Okay, so here I am. So I can use the gear icon. If I do that, I can save the translated file. Now you also see that I can do different things. Okay, I can pre-translate, commit all segments, I can do all these things. But here I can save the translated file. Or I can do just a simple Ctrl S. So let's try that. Ctrl S. Okay, once you see this message, all right, it means that your translated file has been created. You just click on OK and it will open the translated file for you. All right. And if you look in the folder where your file was located, you now have Brittany_fr file has been created. So I have my target file. So that is very basic, but if that's what you want, if you want just to go fast when translating, that's the way you can use it. Now, if you want to go further, let's go into the setup. Now we are working at the moment with the no hassle instant automatic setup. And this has all the benefits that we've seen before. But now if we want to use a little more of what PlusTools has to offer, I can untick that and instantly I am now getting all the bells and whistles. Okay, I can do a lot of things. I can now create a glossary. I can perform a QA. I can change several things for the views and all that. And if we look here in machine translation, okay, I can now decide to use several different machine translation and I can now select them. And for example, if you want to use more than empty, you just select it, you click on edit, and you just have to paste here at the bottom your API key and you will be good to go to work in PlusTools. So that's PlusTools. You can also, for example, use dark mode if you want. Okay, so there are several things you can do. You have the Mac mode here if you're working on Mac. Many things that you can do. Another thing that is available in PlusTools is to pop out the translation memory. So if you want to work with two screens, for example, if you have a wide screen, you can use that. So let's open a segment and you see here that you have the option to see the translation memory contents on another window. So if that's something that you need to work with, well, it's available for you. And you can do the same with the glossary as well, if you're using one. Now, if you're not sure about how to use a feature in PlusTools, or if you want to use some more advanced features like to edit a translation memory, just visit the same page as the download page, which is wordfast.net/PlusTools. I will put that in the video description anyway. And you can open the table of content here and you will have here all the necessary instructions. They are made in a way that is easy to use. So that's something that you can get familiar with pretty easily. So for example, if you want to install it on macOS and you don't know how to do it, you can just go to this Appendix 1 and follow the steps that are given here. You just follow these steps and then you will be able to use PlusTools on your Mac as an example. Okay, so that's it for now. I hope you enjoy working with PlusTools. If you want to give feedback, you can just scroll here this page and you will discover how to give your feedback on this app, which is still in beta, as you can see, and it is actively developed. So I hope you enjoyed this video and that you'll find it useful. See you in the next one. Bye bye.